Welcome to Planet Pluto.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Whoop, whoop. Tango, tango, tango. Whoop, whoop. What's happening, blacks? How you guys doing out there? Y'all know who it is, right? It's me, your homegirl, Ladosha, Wright, a.k.a. Fairy Ghetto Key. That's right. I'm changing. Everybody's going to be ghetto in the chat. What up? What up? What up? What up? How y'all doing out there? All right. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. It's me again, Ladosha, Wright, a.k.a. Key Lolo. And right over here, bam. Y'all know who it is. It's my PNC. That's right, my partner in cosmetology, the one and only Cheryl Morrow, aka the Hair Oracle. And we are excited. It's Halloween. And so my niece, Koos, got me all, look at that, bejeweled. This stuff is so sticky and everything. So anywho, so it's Halloween. And so we have a wonderful edition this evening. And then we are about, I think it's like our 61st episode. So we're always excited when we get to tell you guys about our episodes. And so this particular episode is questioning, do we need to modify the Milady's book of cosmetology? Now, if this is your first time coming over to Planet Pluto Pseudo, you didn't got off your mothership, you got your little helmet on, you got your spacesuit on, and you're floating around like in the galaxies, and you're like, where have I landed? You have landed on Planet Pluto Pseudo. And this particular podcast is especially for licensed cosmetologists, barbers, nail techs, estheticians, natural hairstylists, and of course, in the chat, we have our lovely hair aficionados, aka hair nerds. Ain't that right, Cheryl?
That'd be me.
All right. And so, right, I know I'm a hair nerd. And so what we do here is we address a lot of the pseudoisms that's creeping into our industry. And it's basically running amok and just causing all kinds of havoc. And what we would like to do, our goal is to replace them with actual scientific, information. And then, of course, we have guests to come in and give their opinions, which are like what? Let me put them up. Cell phones. Okay, so everybody has one. So these are their opinions. So tonight we are going to have the one and only. I hope I'm saying it right. South Carolina. I hope she's gonna correct me. South Carolina. Okay, own Yah Tay. That's right, Yah Tay Keaton. She is, of course, a barber stylist. She's also a life coach. She's an entrepreneur. She's an award-winning author. Not I said the cat, but she is. And so her book is also our book of the month, and it is affectionately called A Heritage of Hair. And so if you are a hair aficionado and you're interested in taking the deep dive into becoming a barber or cosmetologist, this book will definitely give you just some motivation and some insight and in-depth journey, her personal journey of what she did to stay the course, to follow her dream, to do exactly what she wanted to do. And of course, legacy. I mean, heritage is in that. So of course, her mom, and she's got some cool throwback pictures in here. Her uncle actually is my favorite, character in the book. I love her uncle and the hairstyle. Oh my God, she got like the banging hairstyles in here. So wow. If this is your thing and you're on a journey, you're kind of nervous about, taking the deep dive to become a barber or a cosmetologist, or you want to marry both disciplines, then I promise you this book is one you will not regret making your purchase. So we're going to bring her in a moment. So without further ado, Cheryl, what's happening over in beautiful, sunny San Diego, California?
I have to cut my trip short, man, because we got a forest fire in the city, man, and it shut the whole freeways down.
Really?
So I had to make sure I can get back to the kitty corral an hour early. You know what I mean? So
not the okay corral, not the golden corral, but the kitty corral. Wow. Oh, wow. You know, the fires are real. You know, they try to act like, you know, those fires are just, they ain't all that serious, but sure. Like,
hey, and it's an election year too. That mayor was like, "Get your ass down there, get all."
Y'all better get them fires out. So,
especially in the richer part of the city. You know what I mean?
All right, so we're definitely excited to have some people in the chat. So over on Instagram, what's up, Minnie Walker 3726? What's up, Tolbert? Is it Atlanta Tanya or Latanya? Tolbert Latanya, what's going on, Tolbert Latanya? And Candy B, how you doing? And then of course we got Yah Tay the Barber rocking on all these platforms out there. So welcome of our Instagram family. And then, of course, right over here, we got our favorites always. LB, what up, LB? You said you wore your costumes to work. So here's mine.
Who is LB today?
LB, who did you dress up as? Enrique, if you dressed up, what did you dress up? My birthday was off the Richter scale. Okay, I forgot to upload some pictures, but anywho, because we got a lot to talk about.
I have an Italian admirer. And so I went in and I blow dried my hair and everything. So I had that perfect little, flip. You know what I mean? And guess who I went as?
Okay, flip. It was either
off to the side.
In the 60s. Oh, you could have been Thelma from Scooby Doo and them. You know, you could have been Thelma. No. No. That wasn't her name.
Just not a puffy, but just a, kind of like,
a sleek flip. Diane Carroll? No. Diana Ross.
Vice President Kamala Harris.
Ah, but of course she went as Kamala Harris.
Every time I wear my hair down, they tell me that.
Oh, wasn't that nice? She went as the VP. Okay, I'm too black to be Campbell. Okay, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Anyhow, she don't mind because she ain't caught up on that. So again, welcome everybody. Again, we are about 61 episodes in, and today the topic is going to be about modifying. We're questioning, should we modify that Milady's book of cosmetology? I have mine here. This book is so dang
dusty.
Well, they changed the book. I believe they modify this book probably like every 2 years or so. And so the one that I have is probably about maybe 6 years old. Let me pull it up. It's so freaking heavy. Ugh. All right. So here it is. And in case you guys are wondering, what is the Milady's book of cosmetology? So this is the standard cosmetology book. And this is the book that they have one for barbers as well. Now, Milady's is not a person. I think Milady's was a word that was used like back in the 30s, like for prim and proper Milady. Okay. And so it's not an actual person. And according to Cheryl, which I did not know this, I didn't even think about it. This is basically like a compilation of essays that people write. And so together, it's compiled and you get all these different chapters. And it's all about cosmetology, the 3 disciplines of hair, skin, and nails. But right now, this book has remained under attack because it's a little outdated. And so we have Yah Tay. She is, like I said, she's a barber stylist. She's very, very involved in the industry. We're going to tell you all about her Instagram page, how you guys can follow her. So we're going to get her take on, do we need to modify that book or should we just leave well enough alone? And what they say, Cheryl, if it ain't broke,
that's what they say.
Don't fix it. So if you have some thoughts about this, please drop your opinion in the chat. Do you think this book should be modified or updated or whatever words you want to use? Hold on. My boss just hopped in the chat. So you know what I got to do, right? Drop them L's. What's up, boss? She's getting some education, getting some additional training. So I hope you're having fun. I can't wait for you to come back so we can go hang out for my birthday. All right. So that's that. All right. So what we're gonna do is get ready to bring in our guests. We can get the show going. And so without further ado, let me get my hand claps going. You know what I'm saying, Cheryl? I just gotta get the hand claps. Hold on, y'all. One day. Now, if you're wondering, how did you guys come up with this concept? The actual podcast came out of a this particular podcast came out of a conversation with Cheryl and I, where we felt that the beauty industry, we needed to talk about some of these isms that was really compromising our credibility. And so Esther Jones, Esther T. Jones, that is, she's one of our supporters here and our partners to help change the narrative about Afro hair. She came up with the idea of encouraging Cheryl and I to bring people on just to add some flavor to the content. And so big ups to her. But without further ado, I'm going to bring in the person we're going to have today, which is the one and only. Now, we have fallen in love with Yah Tay, okay? And I'm sure by the end of this podcast, if you are in the state where she's from, which is South Carolina, you'll be trying to get an appointment. But hold on, guys. Don't try to bum rush the books, okay? So without further ado, let me put my hands together here. Hold on. Now, you know what you got to do, right? Take your left hand, right, and your right hand. You're going to put them together. And let's go and put your hand clap emojis in. And let's bring in the one and only sister, Yah Tay Keaton. Here she is. She's like, hey, y'all.
How y'all doing?
She said, hey, hey, hey. It's Yah Tay.
I am so glad to be with you all.
All right.
I'm
That's
so glad to
right.
be with
She
you
is
all.
so glad to be with us. And boy, are we excited now. All this month, by the way, in case you're wondering, why y'all just, all on the education tip. Now, remember, this is Planet Pluto Pseudo, so education is very important. And I know you guys think Cheryl and I know everything because we look like we do, right, Cheryl?
Yes, we do.
We look like we do. But you know what? We don't. So we need to have other people come on. And every month we have a theme. And so this month, the theme was Education Matters here on this platform. And in the world of hair, skin, and nails, we started off with Brother Unc West of the Pseudo Killers, who definitely set the tone for the dangers of misinformation. And I learned a new word, which was disinformation. Followed by Miss B. She's a cosmetology instructor, and she talked about why cosmetology in high schools are extremely important. She did a phenomenal job. And then after her, we had Auntie Hair Coach, who had some serious doubts and concerns about natural hair education. And Cheryl chimed in to help bring some structure to that content because that was very difficult. Because as you know, natural hair education is very, very new. And then last week, we had Denise West, as she works alongside Miss B at Shaw High School. And so we know that, becoming a cosmetology instructor is extremely important in our industry, as well as barbering and all the other disciplines of hair, of skin and nails. And so she talked about what it takes to become an instructor in a high school and also a private school or vocational school setting. So she really, really gave up the grapes. So go ahead on and click that link if you want to become an instructor. You can hear what she has to say about that. And now today we're going to close out the topic of Education Matters, and it's all about the actual books that we use. And so Yah Tay is going to definitely give us some feedback on what she thinks about, the education by way of the books. And so this particular series has been very well dense and full of material. So you guys can watch all of them and you will walk away with some good information. All right. So Yah Tay is over there laughing. So Yah Tay, tell everybody a little bit about who is this dynamic barber that Cheryl and Ladosha has just claimed as their new little sister. Like, you're with us, you can't get rid of us, so you might as well just And we're gonna come and
It's
see you. You
long
know that,
into the
right?
cold. Yeah,
You know
I
we're
got
gonna come and
plenty
see you.
of
You
space
know
for
that,
you.
right? And we're
Y'all
gonna come
have
and
to
see
come
you.
see me. Y'all have
Oh
to
no,
come
we're
see me.
coming. We're coming. We're coming.
We're
So
coming.
tell
We're
us
coming.
who you are. Tell us who you are, where you're
First, I
at, what
want to
you're
say
doing.
thank you all for having me on. This is an honor and a privilege. Um, gosh, my heart is beating so fast because what you ladies have been a part of, what you've laid out, the work that you all do and continue to do, it's phenomenal. To be sitting here and I say that I'm still getting my feet wet because I'm under 5 years, although I grew up in the industry, but I'm still learning. So the things that my mom did back in the 70s and 80s, though some of those things are still relevant, um, it's not current with the times. Some things, I'll just say that. So in having that experience and watching her as a child, um, to come back around to it, it's like full circle. And now being in it, it's like, okay, I get a second chance at my first love. I'm seeing why now, being behind the chair, engaging with my clients, my co-barbers and co-stylists. Because I am a independent contractor. So I chose that route. We'll get to that, but that's neither here nor there. But to answer your question, I'm originally from St. Petersburg, Florida, born and raised. Um, didn't start out doing this. Like I said, I watched it. I've had many, 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 many careers. The longest one has been working with our young people. I've done a number of things working with our young people from like Ladosha, outreach, community education. I was a prevention and outreach educator. I've done, I hate to use the term at risk, but that's the demographics that I work with, pregnant teens, you name it. And then here recently, before I stepped out to go ahead and not be double dutching in the barbering and working with kids, I was working with our military families on base as a computer lab specialist. I work with STEM and STEAM programs with our young military families and civilian families. I did that total 4 years. So I still attract them. It's one of my, I want to share this. One of my co-barbers, and I say co because we're together, James, was speaking with me today as we were walking, leaving the barbershop, and he was admiring how I was talking to this one gentleman that I was cutting today. And at the end, the young man wanted to get a hug from me. And I was like, sure. So James was talking about what do you say? What's the connection? He said, you have something special to where you make that connection. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna figure that out. But I do love children. And I said, that's something to think about. What is it, Yah Tay? I just want to know what it is that makes them connect with you, that makes them attracted to you. And I was like, well, I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know what it is.
Okay.
It's
What is it?
super fantastic Yah Tay magic.
Oh, Cheryl.
That's what you're gonna say. Ain't that right,
Super
Cheryl?
fantastic.
Super fantastic Yah Tay magic.
Thank you.
That's absolutely. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing. I think that's probably one of the most underrated experiences that's talked about in our industry. Isn't that right, Cheryl? Like our customers, like they really, really love us, and we really, really love them. Isn't that right, Cheryl? It just doesn't.
I think it's actually what Reynaldo Jerome, when he was on,
Uh-huh.
he really pushed that when they're in our chairs, it's their time.
Yes. Yes.
Their time. They paying you for your undivided attention. And even though you may be split, right? And your attentions may go other. You
Mm-hmm.
still feel that you're ministering to them, because you are sharing,
Yes.
right? And and I think it can be taught. It can be taught. Obviously, the young man, your co-barber, wants to know, and
Yeah.
and he can learn how to reach in and share, instead of just thinking that they are a conduit, or a wall.
Mm-hmm.
They're your
Right.
client.
Well,
And
I can say, I would are you selling your books inside the barbershop?
You know what? No.
Now let me just
I do have one on display. I have to get some more. I have about 3 of them here, and I get them and they go.
right.
So
So
yeah.
here's what we do at our salon. I'm just going to share it with you before we move on to the next topic. On our every guest initial visit, they get a book. They get what they don't tell you at the hair salon. And because your book is so inspirational and motivational, for those people who want to know, because Cheryl said it can be taught, your book really is a resource to teach people how to follow that intuitive nudge on your passion. And it's not written about. So I'm just going to encourage you to,
Mhm,
include it, with the price on their initial visit. And then,
mhm.
like Cheryl loves the word maintenance after that. So,
Okay.
because your book really is good. It's a good
Thank
book.
you.
So,
It was
uh,
a lot to get that out. I remember when we were talking on one of the blogs, a podcast, and Cheryl was saying how going back to recount um, important information or important dates. When I tell you, uh, it was challenging. Yet at the same time, when I went to select the pictures, I felt like my mother was with me in every area that I spoke on. It's like there was an image for it. I just had to take my time and search for it. And the reason why I did color is because I was taking pictures of pictures. You know how they get stuck together. Yeah.
yeah,
So
we got
it
you.
was, I
Cheryl
was
says her father. What's your saying that your dad said about why taking pictures is so important? I always forget that, but
yeah,
yes.
he's basically, because of course he was a press guy.
Mhm.
If you don't take a picture of it, it didn't happen. And so
mm.
you can tell somebody it happened, but you know how
So
you
the
know how that
proof
is.
is in the picture, not the pudding. Okay,
So when
according
he
to Dr. Morrow.
right, so he would send his photo journalist out, you know, from the San Diego Monitor News, and he would say, no, and he would literally sit and teach. Anybody can be a photographer, and if you just understand these 3 principles. And he would say, "Well, Mr. Moore, why I got to do it like this? Hey, it don't make a difference. If you don't get the picture, it didn't happen."
Yeah. So
Okay, so
keep.
yeah,
Well, those are
absolutely.
some great pictures. So we're
We
glad
don't do
that.
a good job. And let me ask you a question,
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Key Lolo. Have you make sure that you document your career? You have to take pictures. And I know we think about taking pictures because we post them, but that it's not just about posting them. You may have another future biopic, or an autobiography or something, and you have
Mhm.
to have the pictures. It's better to have more than enough than not enough. You know what I mean?
I'm guilty. Just guilty, but I can do better. But what I can do right now is give a couple of shout outs. So, of course, we have LB is in the chat. What's up? Well, what's going on, Miss Mona Lisa Bradley? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have AJ Cooper is also in the chat. What's going on, Nadia? How are you, my big brother? Shannon's in the chat again. We also have Wike and my boss Lavina. And then over on Instagram, super duper shout outs to who? None other than Denise West is showing us some love over on Instagram. And then, of course, we also have J.R. Ewing 216. That's interesting. J.R. They probably too young. They probably don't even know who J.R. is. But anywho,
Oh,
um, Yah Tay, you know who J.R. Ewing is?
Yeah, I know who J.R.
If
Ewing.
you know who
J.R.
J.R.
Ewing.
Ewing
You
is,
know I know.
drop it in the chat. If
Where
you
were you
know-
when we was getting ready to find out who shot
Who
JR?
shot JR?
I remember where I was.
If you know who JR
shot JR?
and if you know who shot JR, let me. I never did find out who shot JR. So
Me?
no, I did. So wait, let's wait to the end of the show.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
who shot J. I don't know who shot JR, but that was definitely the whip. Also the whip. So let me just let you guys know this. So you know we talked about the Gay and Joel Skills Academy, right? So that's the school over in West Africa, in the Gambia, actually Banjul. And so they received some more, another certification for all of their disciplines of hairdressing, beautification, and cosmetology, as well as tailoring. They also have arts and crafts. So they're doing the dang on thing over in the Gambia, right?
Give them some hand
Yeah, let me give them some hand
that
claps.
is
So,
great.
big ups. Let me come back down. So big ups to the Gambia. But I gotta share with you guys some pretty good news. So there it is. Some big old fashioned hand. I'm gonna keep those hand claps going because you guys are gonna love this, right, Cheryl? I cannot wait to share this. So here we go. Bam! Check that out. They're going to have a new grand opening.
Oh, wow.
They have a new campus that's going to be opening in the Gambia. And so Monday, we're going to go live right here, Cheryl. You and I, we're going to go. Cheryl, like, we are. I'm sorry, Cheryl, to put you on the spot like that. So we're going to go live with them. They're going to take us on a tour of the actual campus. We're also going to do some fundraising for the school. So we're going to have a cash app for you guys and the stickers, the super stickers you guys can donate. Now, remember, the Gambia is what we call a developing country. It is definitely on its way up. And so all the donations that you guys can give is definitely going to help them out. So we have a special announcement that's going to happen on Monday as well. And that's going to be at 10 o'clock a.m. our time. So get ready for that. So that's what we're going to have on Monday. So big ups to the Gay and Joel Skills Academy. And my goal is to raise $500 for the school. So whatever you can give to help, and you might think $500 is nothing, but I'm telling you, in West Africa, tell them, Yah Tay.
It goes a long way.
I mean, a long way. So let's get ready for that. So I'll be going live, and Charlotte and I we're gonna do our, what do we call our lives on that you call them?
Flash lives.
We're gonna do some flash lives on why we should support the education in the Gambia. So be on the lookout for that as well. What's going on, Brandy Daniels? Welcome.
That's my barber.
Hey, Barber, what's going on? Oh, look at Brandy. I see you.
That's my
sitting
barber.
up in my room. All right, now we see you, Brandy, looking all cute. Look at her, all cute up in there. All right, okay. So let's just go ahead and hop into the topic today, which is all about the Milady's Book of Cosmetology. So without further ado, first of all, Yah Tay, tell us about your experience as a barber first, and then we want to know about your experience in cosmetology / barbering school. So what do you do? What do you specialize in? Where are you located? Give us all that good stuff about what you do as a barber stylist. Like, even what is a barber stylist? Like, what is that?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I got the name barber stylist, and it's nothing that I made up. I was preparing to take my practicum exam in 2021.
Wow.
No, 2021.
Now, would this be barbering or cosmetology?
This is, so the title is Master Hair Care, which is equivalent to a cosmetologist on the barbering side. So I'm under the barbering umbrella here in South Carolina.
I like that. South Carolina. Everybody says South Carolina. Come on. 1, 2, 3. South Carolina.
We have barbering and master hair care. So master hair care, as I mentioned, it's similar to cosmetologists. The only thing that we don't do is nails and makeup, and it might be a few other things. So we get more extensive clipper training within the Master Hair Program, although we're under barbering. So we're under the barbering umbrella. So you got cosmetology with LLR and barbering. So we fit under them. So when I was going to take the exam, they said barber stylist, and I'm looking around like, who they talking to? And I realized it was me along with others barbers who were going in. So I was like, I like that better than master haircare. So I'm gonna stick with that. So that's how I actually held on to the name. But as a barber stylist, I specialize in, let me correct, natural hair to textured hair. Textured hair, Miss Cheryl. I specialize in naturally textured hair. So I do a lot of cornrows, locks, starter locks, lock maintenance, and two-strand twists. And if Mr. Kafele was on, it was African twist. But I do a lot of natural hair styles. On top of that, I also barber. So as a barber, I can cut anything that comes through the door. However, my specialty is textured hair care, and I'm passionate about it. I desire that we fall in love with it if we don't love it, get to know it if we aren't aware of what our hair does and how beautiful it is. I always say it's bad, beautiful, authentic, and divine. So I do all of it from that perspective. And I love it. I absolutely love it. The biggest thing I enjoy about it is connecting with my clients. They're like family. I go to football games. As a matter of fact, next Friday, I'm going to a rival, Irmo and Dutchford. I got one cheering on one side and one in the band on the other side. So I got to split my time. But nonetheless, that's what I do. I'm an independent contractor with the franchise No Grease. There are 2 locations here in Columbia, South Carolina. They're based of Charlotte. It was started by 2 brothers from, I was saying Brooklyn, but actually from, they're going to kill me.
Is it the Bronx? Are they
They're
from
going
the
to kill
Bronx?
me. Not the Bronx. It's
Staten Island.
No,
Bed-Stuy?
you can't tell me, but it's
Okay.
2 twins that started the company as barbers. They 2 grew up in the industry, Damien and Jermaine Johnson, and then they had a 3rd member come on early in the formation of it, Mr. Charles, Mr. Charlie. I call Mr. Charlie. So they started it. It's 27 years. And as a franchise, my manager, the owner, was telling me it's about 6 or so. It's somewhere between 6 and 10, because he's been with them about 6 years. So it's probably closer to 10 that they've been a franchise. There are locations here, 2, one in Georgia, one in Maryland, and the rest are in Charlotte because it is based out of Charlotte.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That is most impressive coming out of New York City. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna type that in here. And is it No Grease Barbershop or just No Grease?
It's No Grease Barbershop.
No Grease Barbershop.
It's only Staten Island, the Bronx, Queens,
Manhattan. Yeah.
Manhattan.
Okay. It's about
Long Island.
bro.
Long Island. I mean,
okay.
you know.
All right. Well, she's gonna let us know. Okay. All right. So we're gonna. So they're in South Carolina, Atlanta, and what's the 3rd place?
Maryland.
Maryland. All right. Baltimore. Okay, Baltimore. I got some accents up here. South Carolina and Baltimore. You gotta say Baltimore. You know how they talk.
Baltimore.
Dr. My aunt be like Baltimore. Okay, she gonna kill me for teasing her. All right, so tell us about your education. So we're gonna move right into it, guys. Again, before you do that, we got Kara Moo House is checking us out over on Instagram. What's up, Kara Moo? That's Cleveland. That's America's oldest African American Theater. You guys got to go check it out. Karamu House Incorporated. And then we have Closest to the Pen is also checking us out over on Instagram. Welcome. Also, everybody on LinkedIn. We're so glad to have you. So share with us a little bit about your experience in Barber. Would it be college or school? What do they call it?
I actually went to a private school. I'm a YPI alum, Your Professional Image Barbering School, which is here in Columbia, South Carolina. I went through during COVID. So I started out January of that year. COVID hit. We were closed, so everything went online. So needless to say, it was a challenge because we all know, those of us who are in the field and have gone through, it's hands-on. So we did a lot of stuff online. And though I made it through, I still struggled, end up having to get a one-on-one tutor to help me with prepping for state board, not only the practicum as well as theory as too. And I just got to give a shout out to Mr. Ronnie, because he's former military. Oh, and when I tell you he was drilling me, I'm former military too, but I was like, Mr. Ronnie, can I take a break? What you gonna do when you got a whole bunch of clients sitting in the waiting room and you the only barber in there? I said, okay, I'm cutting.
What happened when you the only barber?
You got to cut. You got to keep going.
All right. And what's his name again?
Mr. Ronnie McCullough.
Ronnie McCullough. Come on, y'all. Let's give a super duper shout out to Mr. Ronnie, who said,
but I had some excellent teachers. Mr. Tony Taylor, who is the owner, Ms. Davis, and we had some others come in. It was challenging because, like I say, we were shut down. But while I was there, I really enjoyed it.
All right.
I was like a little kid. I had flashbacks from, watching my mom as a young child growing up in the salon environment, fixing chairs, fixing the magazine, sweeping the floor. So I would get there early. We gotta fold towels. We gotta make sure the towel's done. Oh, that's no problem. It's like it was automatic.
So she was in it, kind of like Cheryl was brought up in it. Now y'all know me, I'm all like, "Fuck, what you talking about, Willis?" Okay. so she has both personal, professional, and scholarly experience. All right. So also, everybody, could we give a super duper shout out? Our de facto producer is in the chat. Yes, Esther T. Jones. Everybody's wondering how y'all come with this platform. Esther T. Jones is in the chat. Esther, you know how much we love you. All right. All right, so we're going to go ahead on and we're going to show a clip. Now, this is all about, your opinion about this book. All right. The book is so heavy, I put it back. It's the Milady's book of cosmetology. And they also have one for barbering. I don't have one for barbers.
I got it.
Stay ready. Ain't gotta get ready. There she go right there. So she's got
not that one.
All right. Okay. So she's got
the workbook, the exam book, and you see I still got my notes and stuff.
She ain't playing out here, okay? So now no better person can give you their opinion about this book than a person who's recently graduated. She just shared with you guys she has 5 years experience. She's working at the No Grease Barbershop chain in South Carolina. Everybody say it, remember? Not South Carolina, South Carolina. Come on, y'all, say it, South Carolina. They also have one in Maryland and Atlanta. All right. So make sure we are supporting these brothers out of New York City. So I'm going to play this clip and we're going to go ahead on and hop right into this conversation, this discussion, which is about, the book. So the first thing I want you to talk about is the myth that, you could just go to barber school, pick up the clippers and you're going to just go hop to cutting hair. And a lot of people are not aware of just how much theory that you have to take before you even get a chance to cut hair. So in this clip, we're going to set it up where this lady is like, nobody told her about this. So we're giving you guys a realistic view of what it is like to go to school to become a barber as well as a cosmetologist with the one and only Yah Tay Yah Tay Keaton, a barber stylist. So here we go. Here's her take on nobody told her. Here we go.
Ain't nobody told me nothing. Somebody go get her.
I will have to admit, that was my sentiment. I did not know. So we're gonna build up into her take on this conversation, or her opinion, rather. I'm sorry about this, but before we get into that, share with people your opinion about how much theory and things of that nature before you even got a chance to cut hair, and then sure, we want to hear what you think about people who like, I know you got to do all that, know all the anatomy and stuff. So Yah Tay, take it away about your experience and theory before you even got to cut hair. Did you know you were going to have to do that, and so on and so forth?
I knew I wasn't going to be able to get on the floor right away. I knew that. You got to have a minimum of 280 hours, between 250 and 280 before you get on the floor. But let me slide this in because I was a natural hair stylist. I got to work up under my instructor because we had people come in for natural hair services. So I was able to kind of relieve a lot of the pressure with her having to do it and one other student that was caring for them. But to get back to the point, we had to learn the history and a lot of other things leading up to getting on the floor. History is very important. So in order for me to know where I'm going in the industry, I had to understand, how did we get here? Where did it start? How did all of this come about? And what I learned and what I see, barbering was held very high. Those gentlemen were looked at as like public figures, authority within their communities. From that standpoint, they also, I don't want to say housed a lot of communal things, but they were like meeting places for various things that took place or within the community. So I learned that. What I see now, and I think is also because I've had a wide experience from military to nonprofit to for-profit to volunteering in a lot of different areas. And I'm not saying all are not professional, but as I see a lot of non-professionalism, a lot of things that, I just leave it at
Now,
that.
it's something about that part of our industry. It's difficult. It is very difficult to talk about. And I know she'll be like, how you gonna put this on me? But Yah Tay, you know what we about to do, right? Because she in the middle, right? We gonna put it on Cheryl.
Go ahead, Cheryl.
I got my magic wand here, but see, this wand is about making everybody get to, okay? But we cannot do that, okay? Because Yah Tay said, now I struggle with it myself because I'm from the hood and I grew up with, if you know what I'm about to say, then y'all finish the sentence, right? The skillet can't call the kettle what? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The skillet cannot call the kettle, fill in the blank, all right? So we can't be talking about everybody else who ain't so and so and this and that. Well, like Yah Tay said, in both disciplines, cosmetology and barbering, we
Mhm.
got some wretchedness. Okay, so the skillet cannot call the kettle black. And so Cheryl, and we got some, we got some more clips and everything. But Cheryl, how do we address this as we talk about this book? And Yah Tay is going to talk about, does it need to be modified? This is going to be her opinion, right? But what do you say to us in the industry about our raggedy asses? Ain't no other way to say it.
Come on, Cheryl. Come on.
Well, let me just say this. When you have, especially in a country of immigrants, right?
Mhm.
Where you have so many different, I mean, because if you think about it, America actually really started very diverse.
Mhm.
It actually started very diverse. And the word that we don't really focus on in cosmetology is called standard. It's a standard. It is not a standard with authors that are not from the industry. And so it is and standard is just means that we're going to use a baseline measure and everybody's got to fit in it.
Mhm.
And so the clip that Miss Ladosha showed, she is very right. Nobody told her that this was going to be something random. And all you got to do is just remember, 25, 30 questions. And if you remember it, and then they're going to spin you around, give you a piece of paper and say, boom, get your wand, Kilolo. And they just going to hit you on top of the head and tell you to go for what you know. And you got a measure. You got one measure in a quantitative group of hours. And you are supposed to, at that point, make a career of it. Now, obviously, we're not very, it wasn't the environment that we thought it was going to be. It was going to be exciting. It was going to be, wow, oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh my God, oh my God. Okay, so that's what I have. Oh, okay, so that's what I need to do. Oh, okay, so I know somebody like that. Okay, no, it's not that. Cosmetology school is not education. It's training people.
Training.
It's training.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So now Tristan, now what's up, Trish? We
Hey,
love what
Trish.
Trish, you'll be keeping it 100 because Trish, like me, hey,
I was
she was
surprised
surprised too. I mean, we all were surprised because it's not talked about. When you say you want to go to cosmetology and barbering school, you're really
You
focused
mean
on
school? Yeah, the
right.
people
Yeah.
when they say school,
Right.
they think it's school. Right.
Right. And,
Well,
and we
I
go
do
ahead.
want to say this: in barbering, you can do OJT or go to school. So you
Can
have
you explain
that as well.
OJT? Some people don't know
Okay,
what
so
that means.
OJT is on the job training.
Okay.
Like my barber, she did on the job training, and I went to school, but I met her towards the end when I was preparing for my state board exam. We met through our mentor, Mr. Ronnie. So she had been cutting a while. So she was in a shop and being trained by the shop owner, who also is an instructor. So he, made sure she got her hours, did those things that she needed to do. With that being said, she needed more hours than I did as OJT versus what I needed for school, because they're, two separate things, even though they're under the same umbrella.
Did she earn on OJC?
Yeah, she earned it and she passed, and we both the barbers. Yeah.
Now, I just want to point out, now remember, guys, every state in the United States and, of course, across the globe is different. So make sure that you visit your state's website. Do not go in New York and think you can do OJT. Definitely don't come into Ohio. So remember, she's pointing out that she is from South Carolina. Come on, guys. We can't be saying South Carolina. South Carolina, okay? And so everything is a little bit different, all right? So now here's the next clip, all right? Now this one is about, so she's just set up like, so far you need to understand when you go to these schools, you're going to have to get some theory before you even touch the hair, all right? So now there's this myth that when you go to school, they don't teach you anything. when you come out, like, they don't teach you nothing. So here is a cosmetology instructor. I'm sorry, she's a coach. So she helps people pass the test. And so here's what she has to say about what they really teach, in her opinion, in cosmetology school. You're going to share with us the reality of what's being taught before we get into that book, because the book is coming up. So here we go.
But shampooing, rinsing, and conditioning is in there. Hair cutting is in there. Hairstyling is in there. Like, all of these things are in here. So when you say they can't even do a basic blow dry, color, or relaxer application, that's not correct, because it's taught in beauty school. Not to mention, when you're in beauty school is for the foundations of hair care. The science of hair care, the science of hair color, all of those things. Just like with any other field. Like when I went to school, I have a degree in data science. With my degree in data science, I have the foundational skills that I need, and that piece of paper shows that, okay, she knows at least the basics to be able to go work at a company and do the things that this degree requires. So that way, when I go to a company, they can mold me and they can teach me the other things that are specialties that I want to do within those companies, or work within those companies that they need me to do to be an asset to that company, right? It's the same thing with beauty school. You learn the foundation.
All right. So she's saying, now there is this belief that once you finish cosmetology or barbering school, you're ready. You got what you need to get, and you can get out there and you can make it happen. So what is your thoughts, especially with on the job training, right? So people may think you have a competitive advantage if you have on the job training and that you're all ready. But this particular coach is saying you're not necessarily going to be ready to know all that there is to know. But the customer might be like, well, what the hell am I paying you for? So before you answer, I'm sure I want to hear your take on, is a person who leaves cosmetology school. We know realistically they're not ready, but what does ready really mean when they leave that school, they've passed the test, and now they're on the floor? What does it mean to be ready? And then Yah Tay, I want to hear your take on it as well. Cheryl, take it away. What does ready mean?
Nothing.
God dang, Mr. Cheryl.
It's the equivalent of saying, I can teach high school. I can teach college. I can teach. Well, why can't you teach? Because I got the foundationals. I graduated from high school, didn't I? I'm just going to be teaching the same thing I learned. That's foundational. Now, foundational skills is a roundabout just hitting it and just giving you an introduction. But we call that a high school diploma. That's not undergrad. That's not a bachelor's. That's not a master's. That's not a PhD. And all of those are not appropriate, because when you hit your ass on that floor and that customer give you guys a monkey wrench, and you guys say, uh-oh. And so when you go shadow a mentor like you did, Ladosha, and like I did, that's a whole nother education. Okay. Yeah. And so we have to understand that training, they can talk it how they want to talk it. At the end of the day, we already know that you are not going to get a fine if state board come in your salon because you stupid. You are getting a fine because you broke one of the rules or regulations. Mm-hmm. You're not getting a fine because you're stupid. You're not getting a fine because you can't cut. You're not getting a fine because you fucked up the color. You're not getting a fine because you just missed the mark and you just, need to. You're getting a fine. So don't tell me that the education it just teaches you. It don't teach you shit. It gets you past you to memorize and to go through what we call muscle memory of a damn cut, permanent wave, color, finger waves, and all that shit. It's called foundational. They are correct. It gets you the foundation. So my answer is no, it nothing.
All right. Okay. So that's Cheryl's reality. Now, Yah Tay, what's your take on, she's saying, okay, they're gonna get you. You're not gonna know everything, because some people, I can say that as a salon owner and doing training, that is one of the challenges, is that people really struggle with what they do at home, and that it's not ready for prime time in essence of time. So what is your take on when you leave barber school? Are you truly ready to just go at it? Or are you in agreement with Cheryl and the young lady? You're going to need more time to build, because school just
I'm
so
trying to.
what's your
No.
take
I
on
just
that?
said I'm just thinking about. I remember taking one of my my nephews driving, and I says, "Okay, are you comfortable?" He said, "Well, I've seen you do it enough times." I said, "Okay."
All right. So what's your take, Yah Tay?
Okay.
How was it for you? And then let's be honest, because this is what
I'm
this
going to be
platform is all
honest.
about. Let's be
I
honest.
will. No, it gives you the foundation. I also had an additional challenge with COVID, so that kind of elevated it. My expectations were unrealistic. I was expecting too much, with having the material, and I don't know.
What's too much? What's too much?
I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I was expecting to get everything. We in this chapter, we doing this to get everything there was to get.
Okay, let's pause. How
I'm
many people? Let me pause right quick,
Yeah.
because we're on to something. How
Yeah.
many people in the chat
Because I
was disappointed, like Yah Tay? She said her expectations was too high. Because I'm on Yah Tay's side. I was extremely disappointed. So how many people in the chat were disappointed?
And let me
Go ahead.
clarify that in my expectations, because when I go into something, especially if you're putting resources behind it, there's a certain expectation there. But when I got in, it's like there's no way that we can go in depth in this material. And having been to college, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and this program is this long, and we got to go through this much material. But it took me some time to figure that out. It wasn't until we were at home during COVID and I was putting that time in. And I'm going to show you the time that I was putting in. You see this book right here? This is my notebook. This is my study book. When I say I wrote and typed out everything, the questions in the back, I retyped them, I answered them. I went and found the answer in the book, then went back and marked it on the page. So I was doing a lot of cross reference. So I had to dig deep to get that. And even when I got out into the field, I still felt lost, especially when it came down to fading. Now, I'm a beast with bald heads and beards. And my instructor, Mr. Taylor, said that is one of the hardest things to do, because you got to have that razor on a certain angle. You got to pull that skin or you're going to cut somebody. But I learned to love that. So it wasn't so much that the program was bad itself or the people were bad. It's the
What was
time,
bad?
the putting everything into that, that crunch time, then COVID on top of that, so I'm feeling cheated. I'm feeling like, man, but I didn't know that until months in, like, you know what? I'm really not, I'm going to have to almost relearn this stuff again, or go somewhere and get a foundation. Take, for instance, a straight hair. The school that I attended is it's Black owned, so it's in the community. We get a lot of individuals that come from the community in the barber school. So we didn't see a lot of diversity. I end up having to go to break clips and learn how to cut straight hair.
Well, let me ask you a question. Reference to the question
Mm-hmm.
that Esther brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember a time where you had a month where your floor work, when you could get clients, was mentored?
We were short staffed.
Okay, now I'm so glad you said that, because see,
And I'm being honest, we were short staffed.
because we're really giving.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I don't, and I'm not talking about, and I'm not ragging on your beauty
Right.
school, and
Yeah.
I'm not ragging on anybody else's shit, right? But
Right.
at the end of the day, Esther is onto something.
Yeah.
Some goddamn schools know
Yeah.
they need to goddamn do better.
Yeah.
They know that. Now,
Yeah.
let me just
We
say
short
this.
staffed.
Now, here is the professional. You're a professional now, right, Yah Tay?
Yes.
Okay. Ladosha, you're a professional. I'm a professional. What guardrails are we going to go back to them schools and say, look, if you don't take this bullshit ass piece of paper back, okay, at the end of the day, we are going to have to reimagine beauty school. We're going to have to reimagine the curriculum, okay?
Most definitely.
Because at the end of the day, when they graduate and they are not confident, okay, and let me just say this, a good curriculum and good mentors, regardless if it was COVID or not, okay? Because I guarantee you, if you were my student during COVID, that would have been the reason why you were better.
Okay.
Do you understand? Not an excuse why you were missing out, okay?
All right. Okay.
Because we're facing, okay, because at the Ladosha, you go to the Capitol, you go in there and you speak to these politicians. And at the end of the day, just imagine, with all of the deregulation and the education is already poor. And now that I can actually say for the first time tonight, guys, I actually see a really good argument for the deregulation. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
I
So
already-
Cheryl sees a good argument for the deregulation. And so now we're going to move into the actual book. So we're letting you guys know off the rip, if you're going to cosmetology school, even though it is focused around training, you're going to have some serious theory. You're not going to just hop in. And then we're also letting you guys know off the rip that when you go to these schools, you're not going to be ready to do everything that's going to be, even on that first day. Why? Because the reality is what you do at home almost has nothing to do with how it is in the real world of work. And that's just the truth. Okay. So now we're going to get into some other cosmetology. Now, this is in our documentary. So I'm going to show a clip of a barber and a cosmetologist who says this is their opinion about what happened. And now, Yah Tay, you can answer the question, does that book need to be modified? But before we do that, WK is in the chat saying, you know what? Sandra E is our virtual host on Mondays. So WK, I'm going to announce that you are our official virtual co-host on Thursdays. And she says, right now, it is time for everybody to go ahead on and do this. Thank you, Cheryl. So help us change the narrative about the Milady's book of cosmetology, and does it need to be changed? We are with the one and only Ms. Yah Tay Keaton, and she is she's the independent contractor at No Grease Barbershop, located in South Carolina, and that would be Charlotte, correct? You said it's in Charlotte, correct? All right. So don't go book the appointments just yet. All right. And so I'm going to show this.
I'm in Columbia.
She's in Columbia.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right. She's in Columbia,
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay. She's in Columbia. So here's a clip about a barber and a cosmetologist. This is their take on their experience in barber and cosmetology school. And then Yah Tay is going to come back and give us her pure and unadulterated opinion about should that book be changed, and of course, why or why not. All right, so here we go.
Major League Barbershop, that's where we at, that's where we hail. It's Major League for a reason, our minor league. Afro hair in barber school was kind of bittersweet. They honestly didn't teach a lot. They teach a fail-safe structure on how to cut the human head.
I don't think school prepared me at all. We didn't have any texture hair as the clients, when they came and let us work on them. They didn't have any clients with texture hair. We didn't have any lessons on how to detangle it, how to manipulate it, or anything like that.
All right, so both said they got the straight hair, but when it came to that Afro hair, they were like, and they were like, oh. And I'm just gonna say, for me, this is my experience. I was very disappointed that I did not learn, and that was my sole purpose. I wanted to learn how to cut that Afro more than anything, and it just didn't happen. And I was like, oh my gosh, so that was my experience. So now, Yah Tay, you're gonna take it away with your opinion about the book, regardless or irregardless, if there's such a word, of Afro hair or not. Do you think this book, the Milady, hold your book up and I'll hold my book up at the same time, because Milady's does both. Okay, so she has barbering and I have cosmetology, and so she's going to answer the question and Cheryl's going to chime in and what she thinks as well. So what's your take? So should it be modified, or do you think, like, honestly, leave well enough alone? So what's your take? And why?
Okay. They do update the book, but updating it, and yeah, they do update it. I'm going to say that. They do update it. I believe that there should be some modifications. One, in the area of texture. It reminds me of us in church. You have everybody is segregated on Sundays. Salons and barbershops are similar. However, we're becoming more diverse. I know that our spot where we're located, we see everybody. What stuns me oftentimes is people come in straight hair or mainly as straight hair clients. Can you cut our hair? Yeah, we can cut everything. Also with technology, like marketing and branding. Yeah, they touch on it, but I think it's kind of glossed. You don't get to it enough. I just say that. I have some other notes. I just think it needs to be more inclusive, because if we're in the beauty business, the business of image, and it really caters to one texture over the other, and it's the majority of these foundations and principles, in my opinion, is geared towards straight hair, then you're leaving a whole nother section of people out. And though in our book, we got an appendix that textured hair, but it's not dealt with to the magnitude of straight hair.
Okay, we have a question for you. So she says, does in that book, even though this says hair care, this is also for barbering. Okay, I'm just going to paraphrase it for barbering. So in that book, did they go over the actual care of the hair and styling? And she says, or was it just strictly shampooing and conditioning and you got no styling included into that.
So
Thank
what
you,
I'm going
Esther.
to do to answer it, I'm just going to go over the chapter topics so that she'll get an idea. The first chapter is orientation to barbering. That's the history. Then two is general sciences. You get into your basic chemistry and anatomy and things along that line. Part two is the practice of barbering. So you get into the treatment of the hair and scalp, men's facial massage and treatment, shaving, men's hair cutting, and men's replacement. Part four is advanced barber services. That's women's hair cutting and styling, chemical texture services, and then hair coloring and lightening. And then, of course, part five, business skills, which include preparing for licensing and employment, working behind the chair, and the business of barbering. So those are the 5 areas that is captured in the content, and then it goes in to break each of those sections down into a little more detail.
Okay, so Esther,
Yeah.
they do get some of it, and they
Mhm.
did. I would say for
Yeah.
me, they covered those areas. They like, and I would agree with the other clip that, remember, guys, the school is just, it's not enough time, and I agree with Esther. I'm like, we definitely needed more time to actually get what we could have gotten for that much money. That's a lot of money. But I don't know who sets this stuff up. So they do cover it. Now, Cheryl, can you add some more to that?
Well, let me just say this. Before you can teach students, those who are going to teach may not have been transparent. And the school is in what we call a business, a capitalistic business, right? And so they are relying on their instructors or those people who are going to be prepared to teach students. Those people have never ran into textured education. Now, they may, some of them may be of African descent with textured hair. But as a formal training, the fundamentals, as they say, foundation or foundational train, the knowledge base, the philosophy, Afro texture in terms of history and things of that nature, they have not been taught because the institution in and of itself does not require or compel or demand that they do so, right? Because they can see, and this is really weird. Milady is a private sector company, and the state board is relying on a private sector company to educate somebody within the state. Now, I know that that's weird, right? And see, and when you say, oh, the book needs to be updated, they're only updating, they're not changing the core foundational philosophy of what cosmetology is to diverse textured people. They're saying the same techniques, permanent waving, cutting, and the same good old 1920, 1935 fundamentals stay the same, and they're just updating them according to what we call trend, which is private sector. The state has, because the state is charging you, the state is getting the money, then is aggregating it to the school, and here we have no real check and balances. But I think when Ladosha and myself, or our former Senator Shirley Smith, when we're going to lobby actually on the state level to write an extra book from actual professionals who have mastered, because of course they love calling these things master hair care, master texture, is master this, master that. Well, where are the masters actually in the field?
Okay, now let me interject. Let me bring in. I'm about to let me zap some key Lolo into this situation.
Let me finish my point.
Okay,
so,
go ahead.
So when the masters are now saying, why can't we be the authors? It's this ghost team that is communicating with another private sector called Milady. and therefore the masters are never becoming the authors of the book that is actually supposed to be the one that those are the careers that you're after. Go ahead, Kilo.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people, everybody black ain't watching this. I'm just saying. Now, are we jealous? Are we mad? Because, I'm just, come on now, chat. Wake up, chat. Don't be shy. Come on Instagram. Come on LinkedIn. Come on Facebook. Come on YouTube. Are we jealous? Is what Cheryl saying? Like, well, who made you and Ladosha? The expertise. Well, y'all, so are we just nitpicking? Cheryl, what do you think, Yah Tay? Are we nitpicking here on this natural hair thing? After all, hair is just hair.
No, I don't think we are nitpicking. Here's the deal, my opinion. We're in a profession where we are beauty stylists, consultants, advisors. And if we're doing hair to a wide audience or doing hair for multiple people, different ethnic groups, and I'm coming military now, we need a standard operating procedure that can work and is inclusive of the people that we service. It's simple. To me, it's a no-brainer, which is another reason why I'm grateful that I am coming into the industry at this time. Naive enough to be open, yet I'm old enough and mature enough based on my experiences, and I have a broad range of experience to see that this don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And then what I just realized that Milady is a private sector. Then you got state. So where's the consultation? Where's the collaboration? What are we doing? Just putting out new editions? That's it. We just updating a few words. A few years back, you probably didn't have social media, and you're adding social media into it. Now you're adding branding, which a lot of students coming out of school don't know that you are the brand. You're the brand. You're the business. So if we are providing services to multiple cultures, then the material in which we get our foundation from should reflect that. So in my most humbled opinion, yes, it needs to be revamped, just like our school system needs to be revamped.
Now, you guys sound like some damn whistleblowers. Cheryl, your take, because Milady y'all sound like some whistleblowers, but go ahead, Cheryl, your turn.
Let me ask you a question. Who wrote Grey's Anatomy?
I don't know who wrote it.
The book for that is the standard for medical schools. Come on, y'all. Don't cook it up. Look it up.
Don't cook it up. Per chill.
Okay,
look it up. I'll be about to look it up.
Let me get Google.
We going to the other white man. We going to the other white man.
Google, who wrote Grey's Anatomy?
Originally.
Oh. I'm gonna let somebody in the chat get it.
Oh shit. Come on, girl. We were waiting for you to get it.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
You don't want to set it off. You don't want to say it. Okay.
Hold on.
Come on, crew. This is Planet Pseudo. This is nothing but hairstylists in it. Come on now. Professional hairstylists. Come on. Who wrote Grey's Anatomy? You muted.
I found him. I got it. Hold on. I found him. I found Grey. Hold on. Oh, sure you steak.
Who was he? He was what? And what was he?
All right. So here he is. This is Grey's Anatomy. Oh, Cheryl, why do you do this to us?
Henry Grey.
Okay, guys. So here we go. Let me just bring it on up. Oh my goodness, it's a fire. All right, here we go, guys. Grey's Anatomy chronicles the fascinating story of one of the most widely known medical textbooks in the world, as told through the work of two young men, Henry Grey, anatomist, surgeon, and author, and Henry Van Dyke Carter, apothecary, surgeon, physician, and illustrator. This is not going well.
She's so smart.
I can't stand this.
Sharon's so smart. Stop it.
Okay, sure.
She rests her case.
And wait a minute. Go. Put in who was the founder of Milady.
Okay, hold on. Hold y'all.
Nicholas Sigmalia. Put in it the founder of the Milady.
Hold on. Hold y'all panties for 1 minute. Get y'all greedy grat out. Hold on 1 second.
And we on the 6th edition for barbering.
Who was he? Oh, I love the silence. That's what I'm talking about. Looking it up. Don't just look the shit up.
Okay, here we go. Here I go, guys. She says, "Don't cook it up." I found it. Here we go. Let me share it. Here we go. Oh, Jesus. Now remember, guys, this is there's no other way to say it. All right, here we go. All right, Cheryl. So here it is. I'm just gonna let you guys know. She said, "Who is Milady's?" So in 1920, now remember, guys, Madam C.J. Walker and Annie Turnbull Malone were already. He tardy for the party, but anywho, in 1920 he began this developing and producing and selling men's and women's hairstyling charts for barbers. Then he published the Tonsorial Artist. And what can you tell everybody, Cheryl? What is tonsorial?
It's a barber.
Okay, so the Tonsorial Artist is a barber, and then in 1927, N.F. Nick Semiglia established the Milady's Publishing Corporation. Oh, I'm sick. It's a publishing corporation, a one-man. Do you guys hear this? A one-man operation, which became the nation's leading source of publications for barbering men's hairstylists. And then in 1932, he got the theory and the barbering, the Q&A for the students to pass the Pennsylvania state exam. And then from there, the rest, they say, starting in 1938, the rest would be history. So one man and one man alone came up with this. This is jaw-dropping. I know Esther, you're like, get the French toast out of here. Cheryl, take it away from there.
Okay, all right. So you want to know why you don't? That's what we call standard. You're just meeting. You're just learning some shit he thought you should learn. He wasn't a barber. He wasn't shit. He was only a salesperson that created. He was a salesperson. He wanted to sell you something. Okay. That is what that publishing house, and they have enjoyed. Now, you guys from 1920, I want you to go 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 2020. Okay. That's like damn near 120 something years worth of freaking monopoly to learn what? You know how much the states of America are paying that publishing company to teach you guys garbage?
Damn, Gina.
And I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, the states are purchasing those books and telling the state. In fact, they got such a racket, they include the shit into the Pell Grant. This is a private sector company. This is actually, to me, a conflict of interest that the state is doing for people who are actually paying the state in their money back for education, and for the professionals, that if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then the state violates you, and then they want you to be professional so you can pay the money back and you can actually pay into the economy. You're not good enough to write the book.
Wow, that's some serious whistleblowing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So when me and Key Lolo go to state and say, well, we are professionals and we're saying take this out and take this, and believe me, baby, shit, doctor, even the best world's authority went to the state board and say, take half of that crap out. What made you put it in the first place? And they will argue you down, knowing that the shit started from this gentleman. And in 1975, they had the nerve to put his ass in a Hall of Fame. And your ass, as a professional who actually works, you don't even know that
in the industry.
Damn Hall of Fame.
Well, I do declare, boys and girls, we have just learned a whole
history lesson of
I'm talking about whistleblowing. Are we whistleblowing or are we telling the truth according to proof? All right. Drop in the chat. Whistleblowing or truth telling? Go ahead, Shirley. I
don't even know if we whistleblow. We're professionals. We're trying to produce top-notch professionals to increase the value of the capital value and the industrial value of hairdressing. We're trying to get it up to par and to make it more professional, to make it more profitable, to make it more lucrative. And at the end of the day, the forces underneath at the state, at the end of the day, to have our book not even written by the caliber of a Henry Gray. At least he was. Both of the two authors were in the medical field. Why is that so hard to ask? Why is it so hard to get these assholes on the same page? And the only thing I can think of is that the black hair care as an industrial power that pours in billions of dollars into the economy. And all we're asking is that the education, wisdom, and knowledge, and science, and biology, and all the things that we need to do to service and to protect the public safety and to perform at our highest level and physicians of the beauty world, is to make sure to raise the level of our scholar. Why is that so hard to ask? And we want some of the books that we need to learn authored by what we call professionals. They have been some masterful professionals. No books. They have to be just personally published, but they cannot be sanctioned by the state.
Well, we have Ronnie. Welcome, Ronnie McKenna.
That's my mentor right now.
Oh, is that Ronnie? Oh, there he is. Ronnie, we've been showing you. Everybody, y'all better put some hands. Stand up for Ronnie. Come on, y'all.
Mr. Ronnie.
There's Mr. Ronnie. There's Mr. Ronnie that she's been talking about. Now, remember this is her mentor. This is not just somebody. There he is. There he is. All right. So this is a real live person. All right. This is not a fantasy person here. So he himself, he says the entire. This is very powerful, guys.
Yeah. That's
now. How many years experience does Ronnie have? Can you drop in the chat? Because this is a very profound.
Over 30 years.
Oh wow, that's as old as I am. Ain't that right, Cheryl? So he's been doing this since me and Cheryl been born. Okay,
I want to say over 30 years.
So he's going to drop in the chat how many years of experience that he's had, and he's already saying the entire. I hope you guys are. The entire barbering and cosmetology industry, he said, needs a complete makeover. Dude, a complete makeover. Cheryl, we got 5 more minutes because we just gonna push it just the envelope. I know you gotta go, Miss Yah Tay, but I just want to.
No, I'm hanging out with y'all.
I wish we could get Mr. Ronnie in the chat. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat, Ronnie.
Yeah.
And if you want to, Ronnie, if it just compels you, let me see if I can copy this link. Also, if anybody want to hit that link, you're a professional and you like, you know what, I want to come in the chat because now y'all talking my language. I didn't think it was actually going to go here, but since y'all want to go there, y'all, I mean, this is pretty powerful. The entire barbering and cosmetology industry needs a complete makeover. Cheryl, what you say to that comment?
Absolutely. It needs to be representation of the actual professional realm, the ones who actually pour into the billions of dollars. And this is one of the fundamental problems that I'm sure Democrats and both Republicans have a problem with the outcomes of the federal treasury getting their investments back. And allowing these people that to have the student loans, they're expecting an investment back. And once these people turn professionals and are now ready for small business loans, SBA loans, and now the federal level is investing once again. Okay, and if the VP Harris is our next president of the United States, she wants to give us a leg up in opening up salons and businesses and spas and things of that nature. We have to represent more of our backward and paying it forward in terms of us representing the highest level of what professional is. It has to be more than just a certification of rules and regs. We have got to come out fully armed with arsenal to ready to really serve the public and really create the future innovation. Just like you mentioned, Yah Tay, we've got to be prepared for AI. We've got to be prepared for STEM and STEAM and science and environmental and not. We have to also have, of course, climate change because so much of what we do affects the climate. We've got to get it together, and I think that's as a profession. We have got to start leading and telling state board, you got to listen to us now.
Well, y'all know what New Edition said. Ronnie, and Mike. Okay, Ronnie, and Cheryl. Y'all don't like the girl. Y'all better call Yah Tay and them. Okay, so Yah Tay and Cheryl and Ronnie McKellar, they came up in the chat and then got the party started, saying we need to just go ahead on. Yeah. I can't believe he put that in. He said, just change the whole dang on thing. Now, let me just say this. Yeah. When Cheryl and I, we're lobbying for Afro hair science, and people are actually saying to us, what? Who made y'all the Afro hair science? I mean, like, who Kilolo think she is? Hold on. Who's Cheryl? Her father is an ancestor now. Who they think they is? Hold on, Cheryl. Let us show them who we think we is, because y'all think this is a joke out here. Let me show. Hold on, Yah Tay. We just gonna show them one more again. Hold on. Let me just present it. Hold on. Here it go, right here.
Get up on it. Come on.
Let me just show. Hold on. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me go. Here we go. Share that screen. Oh, shoot, I took it out. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm getting it together. Hold on. Let me share one more again. Because they don't believe like who y'all think we is. Now, here we go. Here we go right here. Now, here this man is, right? This man don't even do what we do. He was a salesman. Remember, Cheryl just said Annie Turbo Malone and Madam C.J. Walker had already graduated about, what she said, how many was it, 10,000 or 4,000?
Oh, man. Her book came out in 1922. Polro opened in 1922, and at 1929, she had already graduated 29,000 agents.
Right, and he was just getting started. So he 2 years late in 1924. Did y'all see that? In 1922, Annie Turbo Malone was already
having a vocation.
It
Come
was
on now.
already a beauty school.
It was already going, and here he come. As my mother would say, Johnny come who? How old is y'all?
Late.
Come on, tell your age.
Poro
Johnny come
already had a cosmetology book. Already by 1929, the World's Fair, baby, 29,000. In fact, in the 400 Years Without a Comb Museum, I have the diplomas with her signature, and it was 29,335.
Did y'all pay? How the pimp said,
Look,
motherfucker,
Cheryl
you
got the
that.
numbers. She got the
Come
numbers.
on, Yah Tay. She got
Look,
the numbers.
she got the numbers. Cheryl got the numbers.
So in case you guys are wondering, what makes Cheryl and I the people who are actually the progenitors and pushing Cheryl's father's Afro hair science, this gentleman right here who had nothing to do with what we're doing. We have it. If he can do it, we can do it too. All right. And that's just the bottom line. We're not trying, what they say, no cap. We ain't trying to, we ain't trying to pull no punches here. No. Ronnie, you done got everybody started up in here. He done came up here. She came. Hey, Cheryl, she came like Public Enemy. No my doubt. Posse come quick because my posse got velocity. She brought Ronnie up in here.
Okay? See where I got it from, right?
Yeah. And that's a bold statement. That's very bold to come out and admit, that needs to be changed. And then there is her actual instructor in the chat per Cheryl's comment. If there are no pictures, it didn't happen. So there's Yah Tay with the picture. There's her instructor, her mentor in the chat saying the entire, not some, the entire. Let me just put it up one more time, just in case you guys think we're making it up. And then Yah Tay, I would like for you to close us out. And Ronnie, thank you for coming in and busting up the chivalry. You got everybody. We are ready to be rah. We're all Ronnie. You have all these mentors because we're now going to be coming. Is he in South Carolina?
He in South Carolina, but I think he's getting ready to move to North Carolina.
So let's hurry up.
We're still 90 minutes away.
That's okay, Ronnie. We got jobs, we got gas, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to come find you and we're going to meet. Can everybody please give Ronnie McKellar? This is Yah Tay's mentor. And so he's been with her throughout her entire career. And he has come through to drop some knowledge on us and says a complete, not a partial, but a complete makeover. So Ronnie, we appreciate you very, very much. All right, Yah Tay, take the opportunity and close us out with your closing thoughts on why, this change is really needed. So give us your closing thoughts about, this is why this is, because you're being bold and you know what's going to happen. People are going to be like, oh, really, Yah Tay? Yeah. That's how you doing it now? You doing it like that?
Well, so there's a lot of things about me people don't know. So
I'm about to mute my mic.
It is what it is. And this is the season for me to step into me and allow what's inside to become to be used. I'll just say that. The Most High God didn't allow me to go through the things that I've gone through and experienced to have that incident, to put me back on course to this, to have such a variety and not do something with it. With that being said, we must make these changes for the future. We must make these changes for those who are coming behind us. I don't want anyone to have the challenges that I experienced, or even some of those who have gone through an experience. I want it to be better. It's supposed to be better. Each generation is supposed to get better. It has to be updated. It has to be changed. Because if it doesn't, then we're going to continue to do and get the same things. If technology is changing, we're now using AI and AR and all of these other things. Why can't we progress? Why can't we change? Why can't we be innovative and move forward as well with what's going on? And I do agree with Cheryl. Those who are masters within the industry, who have the knowledge and the expertise and the training, they should be the ones putting that material together, because it would be concise, it would be consistent. It just makes sense. You know, like my mom used to say, use common sense. It just makes common sense.
All right.
It just makes common sense.
Can everybody please, let's give Miss Yah Tay, very bold. This is not an easy thing to do, to come out and speak your piece, because this is truly against the brain, no pun intended. It takes a lot of heart to speak what's in your heart. We need to show her some support. Don't forget, please go shop with her at realrootsapparel.com. I know I'm going to do some shopping. I have her book. Let's support her. If you are in need of some life coaching for your own personal business or just your life in general, please reach out to Yah Tay. As you can see, you got to have a lot of heart, you know, to do the types of things that she's doing. So let's support her books, her apparels. I'll be doing my part. Cheryl's going to do our part. Again, her mentor, Mr. Ronnie McKellar, is in the chat, giving credence and validation to what she's saying. We cannot thank you enough, Yah Tay, for sharing with us your professional and her personal opinion is that the reality is that book needs to be changed. And she is in agreement with Cheryl and Mr. McKellar that basically the entire, you know, which, and, you know, that's their opinion. They're going to stick to it. Cheryl, wrap it up for us. This is it. We'll be back next week. We're going to start a whole new month. It's all about, let me find a little thing here. Here we go. Y'all going to love this one. Inventions. Y'all they like, God damn, they ain't playing on Planet Pluto. That's right. We're gonna have some inventors. We ain't talking about no hair grease. No, we're talking about some real live inventors. We're gonna have Maurice McIntosh. We're going to have the makers of Rev Air. That's right. I was able to secure an interview with the founders, the creators, the innovators of the Rev Air, the world's first reverse hair dryer, is going to be in the chat. We're also going to have the one and only, that's right, my homeboy, Mr. Michael Barkley, is going to give us the grapes, the goods on what to look for in our clippers, our flat irons, our blow dryers, why they burn out, what's going on, and all this, that, and the third. You guys are going to love Cheryl and I for this. I'm telling you, this is going to be, y'all don't want to miss the inventions. Look at,
can I ask something? The gentleman that you're bringing on with the clippers, ask him if he can, or somebody, I don't have the mind for that, invent some clippers that makes absolutely no noise for my autistic children.
Well, we're gonna have now. This particular person is gonna talk about the mechanisms, like why things burn out. You know, the cords, all the things that we need to. Go ahead, Cheryl.
But that's a very good idea.
Is that possible? Is it possible?
Well, we're gonna have the people from Rev Air, Maurice McIntosh. He's familiar with the process, so this is gonna be a good one. So we may have to do a part.
And make them adjustable so that they can use the guards. Make them adjustable.
Right.
Go ahead, Cheryl.
Let me just say this, because once you talk about because the ones who are coming on, the inventions had already happened. They're going to be talking about something that they have already done. We'll try to find someone who can get us into prototyping, right? And talk about the beginnings and how to and be able to get it formulated, because that is actually a very good idea.
And then the design, Cheryl, the interior designs.
Right. Now, see, this is one of the reasons why we just absolutely love Yah Tay, because, of course, she just keeps punching and punching and punching and taking this thing a little higher. Because at the end of the day, right, because at the end of the day, when we talk about invention, what we are also talking about is the elevation process for professionals. If you are at the end of your technical style career, you want to go higher. This is the month, next month, of course, only a couple of days away. This is the month to really get the 2025 plan if you feel like elevating and you want to go to the next level. In this particular series of podcasting just makes so much more
I
sense.
know you guys are gonna love. I know y'all like. When do you guys like stop? Like, how good can it get? I mean, this is what we're here for.
I can't
So
wait.
I know this is going to be so exciting. So the month of November is going to be short because of the holiday on Thanksgiving. But anywho, we got 3 people, so we may have to extend that just a little bit. But we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, please get ready to join us on Monday. We'll be back on Monday and then back here on Thursday, starting our series on inventors. And then let's not forget, I do have a fundraiser. It's going to happen. We're going to go live with the Gay and Girl Skills Academy. They're opening up a new campus in Banjul. That's right, the Gambia. All right. And so we have a wonderful surprise that's also going to take place. So make sure you join the live at 10 o'clock a.m. our time. And if you're over on the other side and on Mama Africa, that's going to be 3 p.m. I don't know. What's the G stand for? Is it Greenwich? Is it Greenwich?
Greenwich. Yeah. Greenwich.
Okay. All right. So on the GMT time. All right. So it's going to be 3 p.m. And then Cheryl is 3 hours before us. So get ready to join us on Monday morning, and then we'll be back that afternoon. So Yah Tay, we thank you so very much. Cheryl, you know I love you with all my heart. Everybody in the chat, what up, Sir Pooh? Sir Pooh came through. It's the lips for me. Ooh, that's a bad name right there. What's up, GFRC Leon or Leo or something like that? Mrs. Tweet, how you doing? Miss B came through for us over on Instagram, LinkedIn. We appreciate you, every single person in the chat, our virtual co-host, Esther. Also, we have WK, LB, my brother Maurice. Of course, we cannot forget Ronnie. Sister Tish is also rocking it out with us. Free Nally at sbcglobal.net came through. We have some wonderful people. Nikki, how you doing? We thank you again. Kim T, what's up, boo? You done slid in on us and slid back out. What's up, Kim, baby? Trish the Natural, I got to say, give you another super duper shout out. So everybody, we love you guys so much. Please get ready to join us again on Thursday. We love you guys. You know what we say when we're signing out, right? Good, better, best. What's up, MJ Martin? Good, better, best. How you doing, Miss Brandy?
That's my other mentor.
Oh, what's going on? All the people that slicked in. What's up, Mona Lisa?
That's my sister.
Hey, Mona Lisa, how you doing? Nadia, what's going on? How you doing? There's a lot of people that came through, and my boss, let's not forget Lavina. So again, what we say when we're signing out is good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better. And your better is best. All right. Thank you, Yah Tay. You know you're gonna come back on, right?
Hey, sis, yes, thank you.
Yes, I didn't ask no crazy question, Cheryl.
No, you handled that. You did that thing. All right, guys. Happy Halloween. And don't forget, all y'all ghetto now. Bam! Y'all, everybody ghetto. I done hit the wand on y'all. Cheryl, you ready for the chit chat tonight?
I'm ready.
Bam, bam, bam. He or she said, cancel this damn show. They hate it. What? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Make black hair great again.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now,
We're coming. Get our check.
Cheryl Morrow, the one, the only, the hair oracle.
That was it with Red Dot, and then we also had a cosmetology school instructor in the chat, Miss Denise West, Michelle Allen, Miss Foster. Dang, I missed your hey! It's always nice to see Miss Foster in the chat. Michelle Allen, you know how much we love you too.
What? About a whole lot of peace. Cheryl, you order that in a bag of chips.